Picture your dream school, not just the buildings, but the energy, the lectures that make your brain light up, the people who push you to be sharper, bolder, better. Now here's the truth. No one's handing you a golden ticket. Getting into a top US university, it's not magic, it's moves. Smart ones, strategic ones. This isn't a talent contest, it's chess. And every class you take, every essay you write, every test you prep for, that's a piece on the board. Ready to win the game? Good. Because we're about to show you how to make every move count. 1. Know your destination. Which universities are in the top 20? Before you can chart a path, you need to know where you're going. The US is home to some of the most prestigious universities on the planet, each with its own personality, strengths, and hidden doors to opportunity. You've got the East Coast royalty, Harvard, Yale, Princeton, and Columbia. Academic powerhouses with century-old legacies. Then there's the tech and startup-driven West Coast trio. Take Stanford, Caltech, and UC Berkeley. Toss in the research-intensive MIT, business-brilliant UPenn, Wharton, and the always impressive University of Chicago. But prestige isn't everything. Some of these schools shine in finance, others in STEM, others in the arts. Your mission? Study them like a stock portfolio. What's their return on investment? Academically, professionally, and personally? Tip: create a spreadsheet. List schools, programs of interest, average SAT-ACT scores, GPA range, and what makes each one special to you. You're not just applying, you're investing. 2. Start early, like now. When it comes to getting into a top US university, starting early isn't just smart. It's non-negotiable. If you're a high school freshman or sophomore, this is your golden runway. You've got time to build, explore, and shape your academic profile. But if you're already a junior, the engine's on. Senior, you're practically airborne. Every decision matters now. Top universities aren't just checking if you aced your senior year, they're flipping through your academic timeline like analysts scanning a stock chart. Did you bounce back from a rough freshman year? Did you challenge yourself with AP Calculus or IB Economics? They're not just grading your grades, they're evaluating your growth curve. Think of your GPA as a long-term stock. You want a strong, steady rise, even if there are dips along the way. Meanwhile, your standardized tests are like quarterly earnings. Sharp, snapshot evaluations that show how you perform under pressure. Early starters can explore diverse subjects, develop leadership in clubs, and gain real-world experience without the panic of deadlines. They can refine their personal statement, collect strong letters of recommendation, and build a balanced college list. Starting early also means you have time to learn from mistakes. Maybe you bombed a test, you've got time to recover. Maybe your extracurriculars are weak, you still have a chance to join something meaningful or start your own project. Remember, top colleges aren't looking for robotic perfection. They're looking for curiosity, resilience, and maturity. The earlier you start, the more time you have to show them who you really are and why you're worth the investment. Because in this high-stakes game of admissions, the early bird doesn't just get the worm, it gets the golden ticket. 3. Master the tests, but don't be ruled by them. Let's face it, standardized tests like the SAT, ACT, TOEFL, and IELTS are intimidating. They sit like gatekeepers at the door to your dream university. But here's the real deal. These tests aren't designed to measure your intelligence. They measure preparation, and that's a game you can win. Think of them like stress tests in finance. You're proving to the universities that, under high-pressure conditions, you can deliver results. A great SAT score can boost your application like a spike in stock price before earnings season. But remember, many top schools are going test optional now. Does that mean you should skip them? Not if you're aiming to stand out. A strong test score, especially if your GPA is just average, can tip the scales in your favor. It's like adding a solid dividend yield to an otherwise slow-growth portfolio. And for international students, TOEFL or IELTS scores are often non-negotiable. They're your proof of fluency and readiness to learn in English. So how do you prepare? First, pick your test, SAT or ACT, and commit. Don't juggle both. Then use free tools like Khan Academy or invest in targeted prep through Kaplan or Princeton Review. Create a schedule. Stick to it. Practice in real test conditions. Track your scores like you would monitor a stock's moving average. Spot trends, adapt, improve. Most importantly, don't let test scores define your self-worth. They're one piece of the puzzle, not the entire picture. A great score can enhance your application, but so can an incredible essay, unique extracurriculars, or a powerful recommendation. You're not trying to be a test-taking machine. You're trying to prove you can thrive in a fast-paced, demanding environment. And that's what top universities really care about. 4. Build a financially impressive resume without spending money. You don't need a private equity internship or a summer at MIT to impress admissions officers. You just need creativity, initiative, and results. And guess what? Some of the most impactful resumes come from students who had limited resources, but unlimited drive. Top universities are searching for value creators. Just like investors look for startups that bootstrap their way to success, colleges admire students who build something meaningful out of nothing. Start small. Launch a YouTube channel that teaches personal finance to teens. Write a blog that explains complex economic topics in simple language. Tutor underclassmen in math and use the earnings to host free financial literacy workshops at your local library. That's real-world impact. And it costs you nothing but time and effort. You could also join national competitions like the National Economics Challenge, or start a finance club at your school. Host virtual panels with professionals in the industry. Design a simple stock-picking game for your classmates. All of this shows creativity, leadership, and execution. The traits top schools crave. Your resume isn't just a list, it's a story. And the best stories aren't about privilege, they're about passion. When an admissions officer reads yours, they should feel like they're looking at the next great entrepreneur, economist, or changemaker. Pro tip: document your projects. Create a personal website, post your work on LinkedIn, or build a portfolio in Notion or GitHub. Show your process, not just your product. You're not applying to college, you're pitching your startup. And that startup is you. Make your application so compelling, they'd be crazy not to invest. 5. Extracurriculars. Depth, breadth. Want to stand out? Stop trying to do everything. Pick 2 to 3 activities and go deep. For example, if you're into finance, join a school investment club or start one. Enter financial modeling or economics competitions. Attend free virtual conferences in your field. Intern, even unpaid, with local businesses or nonprofits. Admissions officers don't care that you were in 17 clubs. They care that you were president of one that mattered. Your activities are your narrative. Make them count. Pro tip: document everything. Build a personal website, even a simple one, to showcase projects, essays, and achievements. That extra mile, it shows. 6. Your personal statement is your IPO pitch. This is where most students fall flat. Don't write a resume in paragraph form. Don't write what you think they want to hear. Write what only you can say. What's the defining story that shaped who you are? Maybe your parents ran a corner store and you learned about inventory and profit margins at age 10. Maybe you failed your first finance quiz and it sparked an obsession with the markets. Admissions officers read thousands of essays. They forget the stats. They remember the story. Real talk. If your essay could be written by someone else, tear it up and start again. 7. The power of recommendation letters. Great letters of recommendation are like insider tips in the stock market. They don't guarantee success, but they sure help. Who knows your work ethic, your curiosity, your ability to bounce back from setbacks? Ask teachers, counselors, or mentors who've seen your journey firsthand. Give them time, at least 3 to 4 weeks, and provide a brag sheet that reminds them of your best moments. Don't be shy. You're assembling your advisory board. Pick wisely. 8. Understand the application timeline and deadlines. There's regular decision, early action, early decision, rolling admission, and it can all feel like alphabet soup. Start building your calendar early. Deadlines vary, but most early applications are due November 1st, while regular decisions hit in January. Add scholarship deadlines, test registration dates, and visa application windows if you're international. Golden rule: if your app isn't done at least 3 weeks before the deadline, you're cutting it way too close. 9. Don't ignore the money talk. Finance your dream. A top-tier education in the US isn't cheap. Tuition alone can be $50,000 plus per year, not including room, board, and travel. But here's the good news. Most top universities are incredibly generous with financial aid, especially for high-performing students. Apply for need-based aid through FAFSA or CSS Profile. Search for merit scholarships, especially those outside your school like Gates, Coca-Cola, or local foundation. And always check if the university offers full ride scholarships for international students. Finance isn't just about making money. It's about knowing how not to spend it when you don't have to. 10. Prepare for the interview, if offered. Some universities, especially selective ones, offer optional or required interviews as part of the application process. Think of this not as a formal interrogation, but as your golden opportunity to bring your application to life. It's your personal elevator pitch in real time. The interviewer isn't looking for perfect answers. They're looking for authenticity, curiosity, and confidence. Start by researching the university thoroughly. Know what programs excite you, which professors inspire you, or even which clubs you'd love to join. Be ready to talk naturally about why this school feels like the right fit for your goals and personality. But don't just focus on academics. Talk about what makes you you, your unique hobbies, summer projects, or that book that changed how you see the world. Share your vision for the future and how this university fits into that big picture. Also have thoughtful questions prepared, ones that show you've done your homework. Ask about opportunities, campus culture, or mentorship programs. Practice matters. Do mock interviews with a teacher, friend, or mentor. And yes, if it's virtual, still dress smartly. Your presence, even on Zoom, should show you care. This isn't about being perfect. It's about being memorable for all the right reasons. 11. Don't do it alone, build a support team. Applying to top universities can feel isolating, but it shouldn't be. Talk to your guidance counselor. Connect with alumni. Join Reddit forums or Discord groups. Attend webinars. Better yet, work with an organization like Rostrum Education. If you want more personalized coaching, they help students craft essays, ace interviews, and navigate the process with precision. Think of them as your college admissions strategy firm. Remember, you're building a career, not just chasing a diploma. Treat this like your first big investment move. 12. Beyond admission. Choose the right fit. Getting into a top university is only the beginning. Make sure it fits your personality, goals, and lifestyle. Visit campuses if you can. Watch virtual tours. Talk to current students. Does it feel right? Do you see yourself thriving there? Not just surviving? Your college years will shape your adult identity. Pick the place that aligns with your values, not just your resume. So, what's standing between you and your dream school? Time, effort, and the right mindset. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be prepared. And if this video helped shift your gears, drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and turn on the bell so you never miss the next step in your college finance journey.